Yeah.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Into the Splinterverse. I forgot I'm yellow. Let me
Black Indian.
change
Black
that.
Indian.
There we go. If I looked very, very yellow, it's because my light was on the wrong setting, guys. We're not live on Twitch because I'm a dummy and I don't know how to transfer DEC in, and it kept not working, so I had to clear all my caches to try again. And I forgot that when you're transferring DEC in, you have to only do like only 3 decimal place. And it's stupid because it's like, why can you hit max and it shows you the max amount, and you can't do that because you have to delete some of it. And I felt so stupid because I remembered that later on, but for like a day I was like, oh my gosh, what the hell, I can't get these dark crystals into the game. And it was just kind of funny. Oh, so
Yeah,
how
we
are
have
you
the fish
doing,
in the
sir?
chat. I'm good, and we have the fish in the chat. We have Bebeomega in the chat. Everybody is here. So
I know you were last. The Fizz was
no,
first. The
no.
People's Guild was last.
Bebeomega is last. And I will. Yeah, I was sad that I couldn't make the show yesterday, but something came up. So
Yeah, it was the first time we had a battle royale with not so much battling until me and him fought at the very end. Bajangles was
oh,
kind of picking on me quite a bit too, but we were kind of forcing weird teams and trying to get the squirrel in to the game, and he was showing me some of the power of oh gosh, I'm forgetting his name.
mystic,
What's the
mystic,
blue one?
mystic.
It it's Mystic? No.
It's something like that. But yeah, I know who can Bebe Omega show you. It's his favorite summoner. But yeah, sorry, Bebe, I couldn't make it yesterday to your show. I was just yeah, unable to.
Yeah, so I'm terrible today, just absolutely terrible, getting rolled all over.
Yeah,
So
quick.
I was in Diamond One, and now I'm halfway back down to Diamond Two. So it's just been a comical day of just losing, surrendering even once, just lots and lots of losing, and I'm just getting
Yeah, I
quite
transferred.
frustrated with the
I,
game.
I took the SPS hit and went back to Wild.
Yeah, it's
So
like I can understand why too, because I mean it is so frustrating. It's like I don't know where all these perfect lineups are coming from. I don't understand how they're always there.
yeah,
I'm
but
getting a little tired of it, and they said they were going to ban these guys, and I'm starting to feel like they're not doing it because it would hurt the player base too much. And
well, I
it's
don't know. But
bugging me.
anyways, just uh, for me at the moment, I feel kind of it's more important to focus on the glint rather than the SPS. And I'm getting enough glint with my automated account in Wild, so I can take the hit on the SPS. I'm fine with that. Plus, in less than 48 hours, Illuvium is opening, and I have to spend some time there, so I won't be having any time to play games anyways. So
Yeah.
yeah, for now, I'm automating, and it is what it
Yeah,
is.
see, I did this, I did Binance Smart Chain in game, 100%, but I had a little bit more and I couldn't do it. And it was, I couldn't believe I didn't realize I just needed to go, oh, let's just delete this and just send in, the 100% that I had, and it worked. And I was like, how dumb am I? So just remember, if you're having issues, it only goes to so many decimal places, and even though the system really shouldn't do this, it'll round up your max so
Yeah,
that,
it's rounding up, so yeah,
yeah.
that's like you just need
So
to
you're
round it
trying
out
to
like
send more than you really have, and you're hitting your head against the wall during the show and looking distracted because you wanted to buy your damn squirrels, if because I thought we would be battling, but instead we just kind of talked a lot. Well, most of our talks were about the proposals. You were not there, so you can kind of give your take on these now.
Yeah, sure. But before that, on the question of the fish, yeah, I saw the announcement of auto banning being turned on. I haven't seen the results yet. So just them announcing something is turned on until I see it working actually. For me, it's all the same. They might as well have not announced it. So that's on
Yeah,
the first question.
yeah. For that to fizz, I didn't actually see that, so that's my bad. If they did turn that on, hopefully that makes things a little bit better. I will say it is kind of funny for me. Oh my gosh, I'm logged out of everything. Apparently, I
Of
should have
course,
tried to use my computer today, but I did
it
not.
logs you out of everything, clearing your cache.
And I did that because I I was trying to get that all to work. But luckily, I at least do have my Twitter thing, so I could log back into that quickly. So I could share our stream out there. And I'm going to go ahead and drop it into Discord. And then I'm going to, just think, woe is me for being dumb and clearing my cache for a problem that was me not deleting decimal places. So you can have a little chuckle at me, guys. Um,
Yeah, thanks the fish for copy pasting their announcement for people who haven't read it.
Yeah, automated check. Add another check for body and modern with the auto banning feature. If you feel you are improperly flagged, please submit it in support. Um, yeah. So yeah, that's kind of interesting, guys. I mean, we'll see. It's just we'll see if it works or not.
Exactly. I mean, I saw the announcement. I don't see the effect yet. So I mean, once I see it actually working and starting to see less optimized. Well, I mean, you see them because as I said, I'm at the moment automating in modern. But when I'm sure you notice when things go back to normal and you let me know. I mean, I don't know if you saw uh, Tails tweet that somebody was bragging how he's using bots and ha ha ha, I'm beating all of your asses because ha ha ha, I'm immortal or something like that. But yeah,
No,
I know that just
I
from
missed that
saying,
one.
yeah,
I was
I know
supposed
that.
to do a show with Tails this weekend, but we didn't end up connecting because of somebody sleeping too much. I'll let you guess who, but
Uh,
maybe
let
he'll
me guess
show
it.
up.
It was not. Let me guess it was not Tails.
You're wrong.
Huh?
I
I'm
said you're
wrong?
wrong this time.
Really?
Yeah. But he also he's in an area that's dealing with a lot of bad weather, and so he had a good reason for taking a nap. It just was longer than he meant because the power went out. So he's like, I'll take a nap.
Oh, yeah.
and then
Well,
the power did come back, but he slept
makes
through when we
sense.
were supposed to do our show. So,
But
but
yeah, I
yeah,
was
though that's
saying, I
messed
know.
up that people are bragging, and it made sense
Oh,
because, like I said,
wait. I want to make a little disclaimer before that because I am aware that just because somebody says so, especially if it's somebody that has been notoriously known for throwing salt and stuff, that doesn't mean it actually is happening. But it doesn't help with the whole narrative that people are not seeing much effect from the people that were hired to check about the fairness of the game. It doesn't help. But yeah, I don't know if it's true or not, but it's not doesn't look good. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably
I
because
mean,
that's
we want
bots.
the game to be fair. Modern's supposed to not have bots, not supposed to have battle helpers. They hire a guy who was supposed to solve that issue. This was months ago at this point, and it just finally gets turned on today. And we'll start to see what they do and what they announce and what they let us know happens and who gets found. Hopefully the game gets better over the next couple days. I mean, I don't know. I was doing okay, and then today I just got walloped. Maybe people are trying to see if they can actually get caught because it was frustrating as hell today. Um,
Oh, it's been frustrating
so
for me for for a while, but I mean, regardless, I mean,
yeah,
I'm
like
not.
I actually played the squirrel in an earthquake match, and somebody already had the perfect counter meta, and I was like, what the how? It's the card's been out for like a day. I guess maybe they tested a lot, but they played, the one that bounces back the arrows, Ilthane, with like the right kind of cards and just taunting the stuff. And I was just like, this is wild. I would have thought
Well,
that
what do you mean?
I
Don't
would
think
have thought
that's
the team that makes everybody fly for an earthquake match would be pretty good, but it wasn't.
But I mean, what do you mean taunting? You that's one of the main features of the scroll that you actually choose who will be there taunt.
Yeah, but I mean, they played a taunt on their own side, and like I could have taunted somebody else in front of that person, I suppose, and maybe made it a little bit
Yeah,
better. But it
yeah,
didn't. All that it mattered was like the arrows flying back at my face were something I wasn't expecting. So that was that to see that they did that. I was just like, yep, that totally countered my team. That was a bummer. So.
yeah. Well,
But you
let's
know
say
it
let's say
is what
some
it is. That could be a little
let
bit luck though. I'll
yeah
give you
let
that one. Could be luck.
let's say some genius players that figured you out.
Yep. Okay, so promo card sales. Are you pro or against?
Bro,
Okay. Yeah, this one in general seems kind of cool. If you guys didn't listen to Matt on the podcast there with our buddy over there, Bebeomega, I mean Bajangles. No, did that one on purpose, but um,
mm,
let's see if I do it on accident
obvious.
later. But
It's
at
obvious
the
when
end
you
of the
put.
show, him and Fat Jimmy were talking to Matt about hopefully, doing these ones differently, not having prizes, keeping the prices in a way. And Matt was receptive to the idea of changing it, but he didn't really say what he would do. So he did say that maybe since they have 5 sales, they can try a couple things like lowering the prices and seeing if that sells more, doing it similar, having the prizes, not having the prizes, and kind of get a feel by the end of this for how they should be doing their promo cards. Matt also said that the way that they planned to do it was to build all 10 cards ahead of time so that they just have to spend the time one time building, just having the team make the cards and put them out and then release them over time. And thank you, Ank, for coming in, and do smash the like, guys. So that's just a little
Yes.
bit of info on this.
See, I don't care. I don't care about the cards itself. I just care that it's a way for us to help the team. So that's my main reasoning. I mean, yeah, it's like we have a lot of cards already, 10 more or less. I mean, big deal. But yeah, if it's a something that will help the team, the teams run away, yeah, go for it. I mean, that's why we have the DAO to help, right? So
Yep. Um, I'm gonna hold off on my vote on this because JP is actually going to go on the People's Guild, so that's for their next episode coming up later this week. I
I think
actually,
there was a video from the DAO that he was on.
yeah, I listened to the Dow video, and the Dow video is why right now I'm a no vote on this. But I'm
Oh,
holding off my no vote, and my no vote might not matter because all the big guys seem to say that we do have to pay. I mean, I've never seen the top votes this green. It's wild. 4 rows of the top whales, or 5 rows of all yeses. We don't get a no vote until we get to Byzantine, until you get to Byzantinus. So the whales have spoken that this is probably going through. I
I
don't
voted
like it
yes.
though.
So
Yeah, I mean, Crypto Eater didn't vote on this, so he looks like he's going to abstain from it. But you have the big ones on there. But the reason why I'm a no, and it comes down to one simple thing, at least right now, but I am going to hold off for a minute, is because during that thing, he made it a statement that was kind of confusing to me. He made it sound like his team of 4 people all work for Splinterlands. And so since there is a version of them all working for Splinterlands, that means that they're not going to be dedicated to the SPS chain 100%. It's not like hiring a development team to come in and work on this and that's all they're going to be working on. It's basically paying for these guys' salary so they can work for Splinterlands and work on SPS chain on the side. And I didn't like that. That is ridiculous to me. If we're hiring your team to build this product, then that's all your team should be working on. You shouldn't tell me that your team has another job, or if you're going to say that, I need you to really explain how that's going to work. like, what are you saying? Like, if Splinterlands needs one of your devs to go work on something, oh well, lost that guy. I guess we'll have to, not have him for this week or this day or these 2 days. That just seems kind of ridiculous to me. Now, maybe I didn't fully understand, but that's the way I took it when he said, that I work for Splinterlands, we all work for Splinterlands, and we've all been working on the SPS chain, but now we're not really breaking them apart and making them experts who are going to work on this. We're just kind of supplementing their salaries, and to me, and they're still going to be doing half and half, SPS chain and other work within the company.
Well, I mean,
So we'll see what happens, but our buddy there said he's going to push him on some of that stuff, try to get some information out of him about what that really means, and we'll see if that changes. I was a yes vote for both of these. It looks like we're going to get the Glint shop and we're not going to get the DECB. Does that make you happy or sad? Where were you?
well, that was what I was for, so I guess it makes me happy. I mean, I I was fine either way. Even if they didn't remove the vouchers, I would still be happy. But I mean, I'd rather, yeah, I prefer the option where it gives you some cool stuff in a shop than just be so bound DC. So
Yeah, and unless something drastically changes in the next 7 hours, this should go through. With with the Glint shop option being the one that the community has chosen, but we will say bye bye to, when you wake up. Well, I mean, I don't know how long it will take them to get it in, but you want to find out that day and make sure you top off your energy with your vouchers if that's what you've been doing. And then there's some new draft proposals. This is interesting. I haven't seen all of these, so there's going to be a live look. Now here's the one that's kind of interesting. Higher peak monsters to finish the SPS chain. They're basically countering the hiring the JP team. I don't think this
yeah,
is
that
going to end up mattering, even though they said they'll do it cheaper. Um,
yeah, those were the two proposals that we had just to choose who needs to finish it, and I guess I'd rather go with somebody that have been working on it so far rather than just starting all over again. But that's me. So
Yeah, I kind of understand that, but I also like the fact that if you hired Peak Monsters, their team would basically take over the SPS chain, and that's all they'd be doing. They wouldn't also be working for Splinterlands, at least in theory. I guess Peak Monsters would have to do some work on their own site, but it would be interesting to see. One of the things that's kind of interesting is they also said they would do an audit of the work and make sure they could do it, and if they couldn't do it, they wouldn't try. So, at least they were being honest about that. I don't even know if this is something I really like, but it is interesting. And then these two are new, even though I have seen this one, and I'll go ahead and give it an upvote, and then we'll go take a look at it. So convert and power up swap hive. Oh. No, what is going on here? Okay, there. Okay, so the purpose of this proposal is to take the swap hive that has been in the DAO's possession, sitting idle on Hive Engine. What did you do there, Sepper? What is that word? I can't see it because your head's in the middle.
we'll see after you finish. It's for
Okay.
later.
Okay. The purpose of this proposal is to take a swap hive that has been in the DAO's possession, sitting idle on Hive Engine for over 2 years, and utilize it to support Splinterland's ongoing DHF proposal. While we're allowing the SPS DAO to grow and stake in the Hive ecosystem, if this proposal passes, the SPS DAO will withdraw all of its 100,000 swap hive from Hive Engine, and turn it into Hive and then stake it for Hive power. The SPS DAO account will then support Splinterland's outgoing DFH proposal and set the Splinterlands account its voting proxy for governance voting. As lastly, it'll be trailing the votes for Splinterland's account to support community creation. Okay, so that makes sense. Apparently, the
Yeah.
DAO has some Hive, turn it into Hive power, support the proposal to get some money from the company, and
Soon they do it better because the TikTok time is ticking.
yeah, that makes sense to me. I'll be a yes vote for this. Be interesting if they could push this through a little bit quicker than
Yeah,
a week.
that's what I was
In any
saying.
case, so let me go give that a vote. Yes. Um, the SPS Dow Hall. No, Asmon. This is not the Dow Hall, but I did watch the Dow Hall, and Matt left a little bit too early, which was sad. He wasn't there for some of the bigger questions. JP, to me, wasn't a very good shepherd of his company. Didn't delineate their value compared to just guys who already work for Splinterlands and us helping pay their salaries. That's just where my head is at. Which would be fine, but the proposal should just be like, hey, will you pay our dev salaries for a couple months, and we'll just keep him on the Splinterlands team and not give it to JP's company. I don't fully understand that. Now let's go look at the Soulbound one. This is going to be interesting. I'm really wondering where people are going to stand on this one. This is
Can you give me the
the
TLDR? Have you read it? Can you give me the TLDR?
yeah. I mean, if do you know it pretty well? You want to go over it?
No,
Or
I haven't read it, but just if you can give me the TLDR, I'll tell you what I think about it.
oh yeah,
So
so
if people
this is the People Guilds. They've been working this one out, talking to different people, and it's the idea of us giving it away
oh
for Soulbound cards to be immediately unlocked on the next set.
it's from Bojangles?
Yeah, it's from Bajingles.
Oh, I voted. I mean, my stance is yes.
Yeah. So we've talked about a lot about this. Um, that soulbound cards hurt the competitiveness of the game. It's frustrating to not be able to get all the cards at once. The RNG factor drives a lot of us crazy. There's a lot of different things that are going on,
See, but
and
the problem is, it's from what I get, like just glancing over it, it's coming from a point where we think that we've taken care of bot farms, and that
um,
apparently is not yet for sure because, as I said, there are still seem to be a lot of bots in modern, and I don't know.
well, I think what they're saying is enough of the bots have been driven away from the game. The account numbers are way down, and Soulbound cards took a big way, stopped the bots from earning in a bigger way. I did mention to him that my take on this is that it could be exploited by bots a little bit, but maybe that would bring a few more bots back into the game, which isn't necessarily terrible the way things are set up in Wild now. If they bot legally, because if they bot
What?
in Wild, they have
Wait,
to buy a lot of SPS and stake it in order to earn good rewards. So, you know,
but wait, because yes, both farms, as Jungle says, they're toast, but if they hear that now the soulbound rewards are not soulbound anymore, what prevents them from coming back and paying the $2, whatever, and then just selling the reward cards to the ground?
yeah. And so that's where he gets into here. Unfortunately, Soulbounds will be unlockable eventually. We know this. They'll have a price to unlock, and until a mass amount of players come in, the first set of Soulbounds won't have much resale ability because most of the players that really want them at high level have them at high level and have lots of them. But maybe if we can get some player growth, then people can start to unlock those and sell them. But there is going to be a time factor that if you want to take that speculation, you have to unlock them ahead of time. That's kind of where Matt's mind is, I think, for the current one. So basically, with this proposal, they're pushing it into the future. So this is the big thing that you need to be looking at in their mind. So the soulbounds come out. You go into time block 1. This is month 1 through month 3. If you would like to unlock a card, it is 20 times CPX. Now, I actually told him I thought he should change this to 50, and I still think it should be 50 in that time frame. It should be very expensive in the beginning because
Or
there
is the
should
opposite, is the opposite
what
of what was proposed? Like, do you start with a big CP and then you lower it down the further it goes? And his desire is just the opposite. That if you're willing to take the risk, you unlock it at cheaper price, and the longer it takes, the more you can see what's happening on the market, the more expensive it gets.
yeah, but that Matt is talking. This is for the new set of cards, not the old set. So this is the
Oh, okay.
brand.
Okay.
This proposal is to do this to the new set of cards. So,
Okay.
so the cards are brand new in the first month. You're at 20 times CPX. So if you just go to a card, and then we go to a let's see, owned soulbound. Let's click on this guy. He is a mighty 5 CPX. So if I would like to unlock him and send him away, 20 times 5, I have to spend 100 DEC. Now, 100 DEC at PEG is a dime. At current value, it's about 7 cents, 6 cents, 6.5.
Mhm.
So this guy would be selling for 6.5 cents roughly, or about 7 cents, probably 8 or 9 cents for people to be unlocking him and selling him. And if you go look at the
Unless people
market
are
now,
unless people are pot farms and they're just selling it so they can just
well,
get some.
let's go look at the market now for Rebellion Commons. Um, so the more nifty ones are going for 18 cents. The more 18 and 20 cents, and then the more cheaper crappy ones that no one would unlock are going for a nickel or 6 cents under that 20x price. So this is where, I will drop a comment saying I thinking that it should be more expensive in the beginning, and this is my proof to you. Look, this card here, the most valuable one, is at 20 cents. So 20 cents in DEC today is like 40, or 35 DEC. So it's more than a 20x. It's like a maybe a 30x, 35x. And if people are going to be unlocking these cards and selling them, this is the set that we should be looking at, in my mind, and basing it off of, because this is the set that's been the most protected, and these cards are the most average price for, I think, what cards should be, based on the price pack of $4 packs and stuff. So, and you can see there are a couple common cards here at a quarter. Let's see, is that the most valuable one? Is anybody over the quarter? 18 cents.
Nope.
Nope. So yeah. So your most valuable one is a quarter, with DEC under peg by almost half. That's literally almost a 50x card right there. So I kind of feel that the unlocking price should be a little bit higher in this first month, first 3 months, really, because this is going to be a time where you could have a lot of DEC get burned to unlock these cards, because there might be a higher enough demand on some of the good ones to where people are willing to pay that 50 CPX plus a little bit of an upgrade in price. It does maybe take a little bit of profit away from us, because if you can unlock a really good card for 20 DEC, for 100 DEC, and it's selling for a quarter, and you're getting back 250 to 500 DEC, if depending on where peg is at, then that's a no-brainer. So that's kind of where I'm at with this.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that if Jangles have put the proposal, they have thought it well.
Yeah, I mean they've done it. These prices aren't terrible. The thing for me is Matt really has a feeling that you should have to play to earn the cards, and he likes the play to earn mindset. And I think it's a little bit nicer if maybe for these at least first 3 months, it's a real premium, because 20x to me is just a normal price. It's not a premium. It's like this is what it maybe should be.
Yeah, I
And
think
then,
probably in
you know,
general, all of them should be up a little bit.
yeah, you're with me. Maybe all of these should be a little bit higher, because
Yeah.
if you're gonna let people buy them, and people are gonna buy them because they want to buy them for that competitive edge, why not make them pay a pretty penny, and why not make more DEC get burned in this? So, oh, congratulations, Woody! You just hit over 50 plots. That's a big one.
Nice. Yeah. Hey, Fat Jimmy's here. Hi, Fat
Oh
Jimmy.
yeah, and
Nice.
Jimmy has an argument too that maybe Rebellion is a little bit over valued, because we do have the conflicts going on, and so some people are holding packs and earning points. So you could make that argument, but there, at least as of today, there are cards that are more than 20x CP price, and so
And
this
also a
premium,
counter.
I feel like the premium for unlocking early should be, it should be premium above the market. Like a common card that you unlock should be much more expensive than a common card that is not unlocked in that
And
first
not,
3 months.
I want to say something about the rebellion because yeah, there might be people. I mean, I know from my personal experience, there are people that are holding unopened packs just for the airdrop points, but in the same time, every day more and more rebellion packs are being burned. So at the end of the day, it will end up to be a very limited set. So I don't know, even if there is an initial sell-off and a little dip in the prices after the conflict, I don't think that will be for a long time because there won't be that many rebellion cars for sale to start with.
Yeah, and it looks like they mostly agree. Jimmy's saying he agrees that the premium should be higher. And yeah, you do have to look at Rebellion, post conflict. Could we get a rip and dip because people open up some packs they were sitting on? I know I'm going to open up like my little, because I'm not holding very many, my little stack that I have, just to max out my last few commons, hopefully, that need a few more copies, and see what I pull as far as legendary summoners. But
I probably
the
will keep
if I
keep
pull
the
any, but the but the rebellion will probably be a very valuable price, assuming this game does keep going into the next year. Marketing does bring more people into the game because the packs are going to be out, and there is going to be much less extra floating around in the market. That's for sure. So
I
yeah,
know
I
I'm not
mean,
putting in mind. I'll be speculating on them. I think it will be yeah, a very valuable and expensive set in general. So uh, yeah, you can take time to
yeah, I'll do my
make
comment
the
here.
post, and then maybe if we're finished with the proposals, we can move to something else because I have few stuff.
Okay.
Well, actually, one is not mine. One is the other Bebeomega, but
All right. Well, I think that's all of them, right? We talked about the Soulbound Instant Inlock. We talked about this one. I mean, we didn't review the DHF proposal, but we could do that later. Go check
well, I
on
mean,
where it's
I
at.
don't think there's much to review there. I mean, unless you can check if we are already above the line. I think I saw somewhere that we have pushed a little bit above it, but I'm not
Yeah, we
sure.
got closer. I just wonder, like 100,000 hive power, how much closer that would get us. So if you go here, governance, and then you go to proposals. Then where are we? I was hoping we'd be higher up the list than that. Here we are. Um, Here's the actual proposal.
But it doesn't
Ah.
show.
Support level 24, 5. Ooh, 99%. So actually, that 100,000 might push us over. Last time I
Yeah,
saw this, yeah, it would just barely push us over. because we are at
Yeah,
24.6. We need to be 6.79, and we're at 5.84. So it's really close. Um, so yeah, that's interesting. This might get passed, and I hope it does because I was kind of on the side of starting to push to leave Hive if Hive didn't want to fund us. And I know I probably shouldn't even say that because now I'm going to cause somebody to remove their vote. I've heard that people talking like that have been causing some people to not like us as much, but you know. But Bebeomega, let's go ahead and give you the floor because you wanted to do
well,
something.
not
I don't
really
know what
my
it is,
no.
guys.
I mean, you're the one with the wheel in charge. So just open your Discord and open your DMs with Mr. Jangles.
Oh,
We'll start there.
would you like to play
Open,
a game? What is
open,
this?
open a picture in a big screen. Like save it and open it like good enough. And that's what my
What is this?
obviously new abilities in the Soulbound rewards cards.
Oh. Okay. So
As
that's
far as
like,
I can figure out.
do we want to play a game? I see. Okay.
Whoa,
Okay.
did you see the
Okay.
comment below that from team saying speculate away?
I do. So Lily Fire, where'd she drop this in Discord?
Probably. It looks like a Discord. Probably it's one of the chats, like the specialized chats.
Oh
But
boy, big. We got a big brain ability, some kind of
coming to a
psychic ability, some kind of
coming
burn ability,
coming to a
lightning,
reward near you. Ah, come
um,
on. You know that I got you back.
poison. And yeah, thanks. I didn't even see this. I wouldn't have seen this if you hadn't told me to go take a look. So,
I saw it and I had time to search the internet for an image. So just so people are aware that it's speculation, we don't know anything about it, but
yeah,
it looks interesting.
I mean, this is very interesting. I mean, this one I'd imagine is some kind of burn, maybe a poison-like effect, but that has
I
a
would think,
burning
yeah,
aspect to it.
yeah, I would think it would be probably like it ticks per round, just like poison.
Maybe this is like a critical strike because you got a sword that looks like it's making one hell of an impact. And that's something we don't really have, like a monster that maybe has the ability to do double damage or something.
Maybe
Um,
it's the skeleton. Maybe it's like confused, like skipping a turn or shooting at own team or whatever.
is it confused, or are these look like heel crosses?
Well, but it's yeah, it's a skeleton. It's
Could it be
green.
maybe instead of poison, it's like a soul leech? So I throw it on your character loses life, and my character gains life, kind of thing.
Oh, but that's
Um,
Teach. Oh,
well,
so
yeah.
everybody that hits that card gets healed. We don't have that in the game. You put a curse, and
Maybe.
then every of your cards that hit that card gets life leech. Gets healed for the amount of
Oh,
damage. So if you
Bejangles
put it on,
thinks is a zombie ability. So maybe the ability for a card to come back to life and have a disease attack or something. I don't know. That's interesting. Do you think this
but
is lightning? But it's the wrong color. But
it's probably chain lightning.
oh yeah, that could be definitely could be one. This one kind of looks like psychic ability of some sort. I don't know what that would do in the game though. What would a
Maybe
psychic?
again, as I think maybe ability that you hit your cards instead of mine. If I throw you that thing, if I hit you with
Yeah,
that thing,
maybe
then
if it's a summoner ability, but I didn't think we were getting summoners with this set. So
it
I
doesn't
don't
say
think these
it
would be
doesn't say
tech.
it's
These wouldn't be tactics, would they?
No, it doesn't say it's summoner ability. Why did you say it's summoner ability?
Oh well, because like if it's like I was thinking like what if you could make like somebody's card attack their own team or something.
No, what
Um,
I'm saying is if
but
somebody with that ability hit your card, for example,
oh, then it
I
affects
hit
them.
I
Gotcha.
hit your card with that ability, and then your card starts hitting on your units instead of mine for a turn or for a couple of turns or
Yeah, and here's just a brain, huh?
hmm?
A brain. I don't know.
Yeah, the brain is interesting.
Mind control says Defiz. Yeah. I mean, the brain is kind of interesting. Maybe a resistance to mind control. No, but I don't know.
No, could be counter to the first ability.
And then what do we got here? We got like a phoenix
Must
wings.
must must
Is that like a
uh
giant explosion, or is that like
must cleanse,
a resurrection?
must cleanse or must heal.
Oh, back row cleanse. Finger and
Yeah.
hole. I can see that now too, Defense. I don't know, but I would say that that rocket looks like it's coming out of that, went through those angel wings. So,
But the
oh,
main point is we're
maybe the
getting
ability to like cancel a resurrection. That would be kind of interesting.
well, it looks a positive. See, so the first three they look like negative impacting ability. The fourth I'm confused because it looks like negative, but then it looks with heroes so as positive, so it's kind of confusing. And then
Yeah,
probably the last three, like positive abilities.
I don't know though. That sword going into somebody, that doesn't look like positive for anybody. That looks very negative for whoever that is going to
The
affect.
last thing,
So, no, this one.
the last one.
This sword basically just
Oh,
shoved into blood. So,
well, it's kind of a
or resurrect
rage.
your taunt to my team zombie version. Oh, that's interesting. So like you put that on somebody and then when they die that card somehow joins your team. I don't even know how that would work.
I think that will make the game like we have think of abilities that wouldn't require much change in the game is in scripting like that adding additional card to your team is kind of like I think too much. But the more I look at them, the more I think this the one in the middle is like affliction type where you the monster with that card if he hits your monster then you know everybody from my team that hits your monster get healed for the amount that they hit you with.
All right, that was interesting. Maybe we'll bring that back up a little bit later.
Yeah,
We
it's
can take a look at this really quick. So
seven abilities.
it it
That's
is
cool.
update day, and we did have one of the big things come into the game in theory. We've introduced the ability to do a list a set of cards for season rental. Currently, we have a template of Chaos Legion Core plus rewards cards available, which will be presented to new users after they purchase their spellbook. New section, set rentals, found under the market where you can rent sets. So set rentals have been added into the site. Card sets for items where you can build sets. If you wish to list a set immediately, ensure that your last played autofill setting is set to more than 3 days. And then, so that was kind of interesting that one click rentals and set rentals is theoretically, at least in some form, in the game. So I haven't really looked into this at all. Have you?
No, but I have read this announcement
Ah,
since one click rental is not really
here,
not that interesting
set
for me. I haven't.
rentals. Chaos Legion starter set, 136 cards. You can.
Click on rent to see what
Well,
options you
I
have.
don't. I mean, I don't want to
Oh, you
rent
need
it,
to
but okay.
confirm it.
So it looks like here you can hit view cards, and so this a set has got quite a good set of cards, It looks like they're all at level 3, except for the legendaries. They're level 1. A couple of the cards are level 2. Okay, so it's basically a maxed out bronze set, and all the cards are there. That's kind of cool. And then if you hit how much does it cost though? Oh, 185 deck a day. So 18.5 cents when at peg, currently about 11 cents roughly or so.
Probably.
So that's not bad. 11 cents a day. So if you got your $3 back after you bought your spell book, so you have $3 worth of credits, you can rent this for.
Well, check with credits how much it costs. That's the easiest way. Go up.
Oh,
127 credits.
yeah. So, oh yeah. See, so 12.7 cents roughly. I was close. So
Yeah.
So you can rent it for almost a season. Probably a 15-day season. No, you probably get through a 15-day season.
Oh,
So
definitely that. It's
yeah.
almost like 20 something days.
Yeah, so you could rent a cent for a complete season without having to put any money back into the game. And then when you enter into bronze, you'll be able to compete because you'll have leveled up cards. And the other thing that's interesting to see is there is currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets for rental, all identical, probably made by the Splinterlands team, obviously. But one of the things that is kind of interesting, they go up in prices.
Yeah, because it's probably based on the amount of cards that are listed
No, they
on the
all say
rental.
136. They all look like they're the same
No,
thing.
I understand, but it's like if you rent the first one, then the cards that are going, they are going, and then the rest is
Oh,
priced
no, wait. I'm
different.
such a dummy. You can see the owner. Thok, Lamature, Thorok, Nardian, Thorok, and Multisound. I think that this is a company account, this Thorok. Nardian, isn't that, I think that might be Luthien's old account, one of them. And Moose Sound, huh? Anybody know who Moose Sound is?
After sounds.
Yeah, After Sound. After Sound's nemesis.
Yeah, the one
But
that moods him.
oh yeah, it's Thorlock. Thorlock. Who's Thorlock? Is that account owned to Fizz, or do you know if that's a user?
Well, but do you have the option to create one?
Yeah, you probably should have the DAO setting up them. I think you do. If you go back to here, there's manage, if you have one, and then there's create.
Okay.
It looks like if you want to create one, you have to create the 136 card set.
Yeah.
So they're looking
Yeah.
for people to make full sets and nothing else. So that's interesting. I don't know if I have a full set of Chaos Legion at the right levels to click on this, so I'm not going to. But
I mean, I
that's
don't know
an
why you're so
interesting
afraid.
thing.
Why so afraid of clicking? If you don't have it, you don't have it. It's not like
Oh, I don't know.
okay.
It's gonna like half full or something. I just don't want to mess with it. You can share your screen. I
But
made you
you have to
co-host. You
go.
go click on it.
No, yeah, well, I mean, you have to go through set of confirmations before
All right,
everything ends
fine.
happens. So
Okay.
it's
Oh, interesting. It's saying, look, I do not have the cards.
and it also has an option to autofill.
Okay, so autofill. Okay, so I currently have 8 of the fire cards. I have 15 of the water cards. Oh, look, it's my gold copies that I still have on the account. Oh man, I'm doing bad on the dragons. Apparently, I need to get some low level dragon cards on the account. I think I almost have all the neutrals. That's pretty close.
Yeah,
Pretty close.
yeah.
But of course, gold. That, maybe that's one of the things that is setting some of these sets apart. I wonder if you look at these ones. If yeah, look, that's a gold desert dragon. That's a gold Zol, gold chaos, gold void
Well, I mean, I'm
dragon,
sure you can. I'm
gold
sure you have the option.
mycelia.
You have the option to set the price yourself. So
Yeah, I know, but if you're renting gold cards, you earn more. But with playing with these, so you can charge more for this set. Whereas you go look at
yeah,
this set, I bet you this one. Well, oh, maybe not. Maybe these are just dragons or just gold. Huh. I might be wrong about that. Yeah. Well, those look gold. I don't know. No, I guess the card would be golden. If does it show? Is anyone setting any gold ones? I don't know. I could be wrong, guys.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's um. Okay, the popovers aren't gold. Okay, so you'd have to look up the card ID. Then they should work on that. Then highlight sets that have gold cards for rental. But still, the big thing is we did have that come out. Some little things, the auto team submission on team creation seed when the timer reaches 0. This is that whole thing where if you have a team built and you get distracted by your
Yeah.
kids and your timer runs out, you still submit your team, which is
Yeah, at
kind of
least
cool.
but it might be super not optimized, but at least you submit something. Yeah,
Yeah, they added another check for botting in modern with an automated banning feature.
that's
So
what we talked at the beginning.
season rentals fixed. Alpha beta card issue fixed the ability of alpha beta cards in certain situations. Huh. Interesting. Conflict rewards resolved an issue with claiming conflict rewards without a voucher balance. Oh, that's kind of funny. If you didn't have vouchers, you couldn't claim.
Yeah.
uh, anything else worth player lookup battle history fix SPS management display? I don't know. Yeah, nothing too interesting.
Well, you missed maybe one of the biggest ones, like
Oh, what
the
did I miss? Team creation
team
sorting.
creation sort. Yeah,
Oh, replaced
I
melee
haven't
magic and range sorting options with power sort. Sum of all
I
attack
haven't
values on card.
I
Oh,
haven't
that's kind
checked
of
it.
cool.
It's a new filter, so
Yeah, new filters are cool. I missed that one. Well, man, I would like the surrenders, the double queuing. It still happens to me. Does that ever happen to you when you play?
what's double queuing?
So I hit battle and it somehow starts two battles for me. And I surrender
No,
one of them and play in one of them. It's been driving me crazy because it's costed me a couple win streaks. I'll get on a
I
little
told
win
you.
streak and all of a sudden I'll have a surrender and I'll go, I didn't surrender.
Yeah, I told you that I've switched to automated play for a while for a while now. So
Yeah, I did have
I
a
don't have
little
that
bit
issue.
of good luck, but nobody will buy it from me yet. If you go to the
Yeah,
market,
don't talk about the
huh?
airdrops.
Oh, were
Just
they
don't talk.
not good for you?
Fuck, man, since the beginning, it just I'm every single one I'm getting just the guaranteed minimum, and that's it.
Yeah, I finally got the
So
minimum.
annoying. It's so annoying.
I did finally get the minimum this time. Every other time I've gotten a few extra cards, but I
I know.
did get this time I did get a gold. So I'm trying to sell
But
it because I don't
that's not
need
a
it.
that's not the minimum.
Huh? Well,
That's
no,
not the minimum.
I was supposed to get 7. I got 7. Just one of them turned gold.
Okay, okay, but I mean, still, you get six normal and one gold, and that's not the regular minimum that you're expecting.
Well, I did use my vouchers to increase my percentage every single time so far, and this is my first gold. So I've burned
Okay.
quite a few vouchers to get one gold card.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I mean, I've had decent luck with the conflicts. I did good. I got more Manoros than I was supposed to. I got a gold Grim in the early ones, and then I got 12 here when I was only supposed to get, I think, like 10. This one I only got one over my minimum. This one I got like two over,
We can
three
skip
over.
we can skip
So
the rubbing off. Mm. That's okay. We can just move on. I got
Well, I
you. I
thought you
know.
might want
I
to look
know.
at
I have been. I have been with you in every airdrop, so I know that. I know your extras, so we can we can move on.
look. It's a trio of cats.
Yeah, the three of cats. I'm not so eager to get extras, but for the last two, I'm hoping all my shitty luck so far will just pour into my last two
Oh, oh,
airdrop cards.
not the gold versus gold. Wait, where is he? Oh no, this is the right one. Okay, got to get those extra points. It's a decent amount, 5,000 for that bad boy.
Yeah, I know. That's the first thing I do. How to fill my cards. Not helping me much, but yeah, at least I'm doing it.
Um, do. And then go here. We can just. I want to take another look at his stats really quick.
Okay.
Oh man, everything is so clear.
I'll I'll be right back while you do that.
Here it is. Scrolling down to down, and we have the Eternal Tofu. So your whole team gets Snare, kind of an immediate counter to, I guess, the Squirrel. So Tofu immediately wrecks the Squirrel team by taking away all your flying, and is a true strike in that matchup. So that gives it a little bit extra use, I suppose. Still niched. Two HP is good. Solid. Always like the 2 HP, especially on a team where you can give triage. So now you up the HPs in the back. Your triage will do better. Triage and scavenge is an interesting combo. I don't know if I love it. But, you know, there is lots of times where you'd like to have a triage and you just can't figure out how to do it. And the one thing, though, is it's going to a team that already has a lot of triage. So maybe it's just me, but it doesn't look that sexy because White already has the triage on two monsters in Modern. Green has it on Massilia. Does anybody? Oh, and two monsters already on Green. So
Yes, but triage with scavenge.
I
And
know,
both both the team's main taunts are in need of triage anyways.
but
And
but
this
but
way you
Jangles
get one.
but Jangles pointed out that it's the only one to not get a new ability. So he got kind of snubbed on that, but he is the only a card where he can give one of his abilities to three people. So that is maybe his extra little thing because three divine shields in some games could be quite interesting. Think about
Yeah,
a back to basics throwing three. You know, it's almost like a Lorna play, but a
yeah.
little bit, you know, a little less impactful. Not the whole team, but three of your characters get a free get a you know no damage hit. And then if you're going into an armored game too, you know, having that corrosive armor is kind of interesting. I do understand what you mean though, like being able to play the teams and give a triage to a big beefy tank up in the front, who's now healing his back row and protecting them is kind of interesting. And
No,
it's like it,
what I
are
more
we
more is both tones that mainly are used in those in the earth and live decks are back row tones,
yeah,
and they need
but unless
triage
they
anyways.
implement a back row cleanse, the thing that always stops the back row taunt from working is the affliction. So
Yeah, I understand, but what I'm saying is anyways people are doing it, and you're putting the taunt and a triage. This way you don't have to put an additional triage because it already has it, if you understand what I mean.
I will say that two of the triages on these teams for those taunt teams are expensive cards. One's the 7 cost and one's a 9 cost. Whereas they also have a cheap one, a 2 and a 4. But this might make it a lot easier for you to get two triages in on a
Yeah,
lower amount of match because you don't have to field, that, and you don't have to bring those cards to the game that you might not want. Like sometimes you want that triage, but you don't want that 9 cost archer. so so I
yeah,
guess
exactly.
I could see it getting some lineups, and it definitely is a little counter to the squirrel, but that's really all I see on that one.
Yeah, it's not
Um,
that impressive, but maybe like we'll see later. I mean, I remember the llama was not very impressive until it became impressive. So once upon a time.
but yeah, yeah, yep. Hopefully, we would like to see a change in that stuff. Let's buy some SPS. Ah, ugh. Remind me, guys, to hopefully never have to change my cash again.
Stevie, don't ever change your cash again.
I know it's so annoying. Okay. Now, where's the button to make this not so bright?
On the settings, probably, which are right next to your, yeah, notifications. Hooray! No more torture.
Yay!
No more torture for the eyes.
Oh, I have to connect my wallet.
Quick battle. Both send me. Let's see. Send me some battle. Maybe. I don't see it.
Um, I didn't get
Both. You
hacked.
mean
I see. I should still have $2,000, according to Robbie. So, why don't you see my 2,000? Oh, there it is. Binance Peg dollars.
which one is 1,000 whatever?
Okay, how much should I buy? I have a number. Do you want to guess what it's going to be?
50,000.
Ooh, you're close. You're close. Oh, they want us
Ah,
to do a battle for some reason.
come on. We do that in battle.
60,000 is my number I'm grabbing. Thank you for the cheap SPS, all the people who think the game is going to die. Dun, 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 dun.
And now since you're so rich, maybe we can move to the next topic.
What would you like to talk about, sir, while I bring my SPS into the game?
It's in your it's a Twitter in your DMs.
Oh, you sent me another Twitter DM, huh?
We can start with that one
What did I miss? From who?
from imposter.
From
Just
Imposter?
copy the link in the chat and then we'll talk
Oh,
about it.
you sent it.
Yeah. Just put the if you don't mind, put the link in the chat as well for anybody that is interested. So basically, while you're familiarizing yourself with the post, guys, I don't know how many of you know Imposter. He's part of the Archmage team, and he was at Splinterfest. So maybe some of you have met him in person and talked with him. But yeah, unfortunately, he has kind of family problems. His mother is fighting with cancer at the moment, and it's it's costly. And I think we have always proven that we are one big family. So if anybody is interested in helping with whatever they can. I met the guy. I think he's an awesome person in general, and I think anybody can relate that this stuff like that can happen. In his Twitter, there is a link to the GoFundMe page for whoever wants to help him in whatever way you guys can. Uh, it's unfortunate, but nobody's protected from things like that happening. And I think in those moments we can show what kind of community we are. Of course, I know that not everybody can afford, but if anybody can, with whatever you can, I hope you guys give him your support and your financial help. That's all I want to say about that.
Do-do-do-do. Yeah, that's a bummer. Again, the link is in the chat for anybody that wants to check it out, and we'll go back to that again before we sign off. I didn't know that was coming, so it's just hitting me, and that is difficult. I do know that it's difficult to lose a parent. I've lost both of mine,
Yeah, me too.
so it's not something fun to go through at all. So
Yeah, but I also think that he is a part of the community, and as I said, he's a real person. I'm sure some of the people here have met him in person on Splinterfest. I know I have. And yeah, I know the community has been generous before with people. And just a disclaimer, he haven't asked me to share that. He haven't tried to make it public thing. I just it was shared for him while talking about other stuff, and I think that probably he's a little bit shy to bring into the community, but I think I will do it instead of him. So it's not him begging for help. I mean, not directly. It's me trying to see if anybody is willing to help him because I like the guy.
yeah, no, no, no. He is definitely someone who's been a part of the community, and that's rough. So hopefully this gets spread around, and if you're somebody who prays, maybe add a little moment into your prayer for his mother, and hope that she gets better. I did have a grandfather who fought cancer. He got past it, and so it can be done. But
Yeah, he what he shared with me like about the situation is she, sh I mean, it was initially short life expectancy, but it seems to that she's showing some improvements. But at the same time, while being treated, she cannot work, and in general, like financially, she's not very well because of all the stuff that all the expenses and the hospitals and stuff like that. So there is a hope that she will get better. It's just a financial burden that makes sense. So yeah, I just wanted to bring it to the attention to our community. Hopefully, some good people with good hearts and with funds that they can share can help. And also, since we are into the Splinterverse, there was not really a development, but still something I was going to tell you last time. I just forgot. There is this video of Ghost version 2, not just a screenshot, but a short video. And it looks exciting, so I send you also a link to that message in Discord where it's just before the tweet that has the video. If you can probably maybe share it with the community, it does look a little bit exciting. So
All right, so this is a new look at the GLS game. Definitely much different than what it was before, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you can. It's short, but you can
Oh,
restart
it's already
just.
over.
Yeah, it's short, but it was just showing like some
So it's
movement.
showing you picking your different teams. It looked like they were swapping in coaches, and they had each coach had a different lineup. And then you picked your final lineup and your final team, and then you start to battle. So that's kind of interesting. You'll be,
Yeah, and
moving
and
your
then
coaches
sort of
around and your formations.
you'll be moving your like when it's your turn, you'll be moving your players and then decide to which player to pass if you have the ball. So I mean, I think it looks way more promising than what we had.
That's weird.
Uh, but then it was I believe stage 4 colon cancer. Not 100% sure, but I'll double check since you're asking me. And welcome to the chat. I didn't even know you're here, man. Because I know that you also met the imposter and spent some time with him, just like me.
It looks like
Mm.
that's weird. Oh well. That time it looked like my transfer didn't go through, but it did. See, because the 65,000 SPS is sitting here. So the transfer page likes to mess with me, though. Doing my little claim.
Stage 4 stomach cancer.
And then we're going to do a stake of 60,000 SPS. And then we are going
What do you think?
to up the bots SPS balance by 30,000 each. So I've been increasing my bots because they're playing in Upper Diamond and Champion, and they need more SPS and they need better cards, and
And you
lots of
know,
the
thanks to
cards
you
are
know,
really
you,
cheap.
and you know, partially thanks to who your bot is playing there.
Who? You?
Somebody we just talked about.
Because he is part of the developer of Archmage. Right? That's what you
Yes.
said. Yes. And I do use Archmage. I never got into using Xbot because we all have our little reasons that we don't like Xbox so much.
Yeah. And I have always
Now, as the show
kept
is
in mind.
ending, soon I need to go and do some of my stuff I do during our show because I'm too lazy to do it at other times. Oh, my Peak Monsters is even messed up.
What you going to show again purchase stuff?
Oh no, I'm not going to do any more bragging on purchasing. I had been. I gave the community many a week to gosh, when the screen goes white, it messes me up. To front run me. I told everyone I was going to do an
Just next
SPS
to
buy. Though I
it
wonder
just
if
next
anybody
to your
thought it was going to
credits.
be bigger than that. You were pretty on the spot. I bought 60,000 to get each of those accounts up to 100,000. They needed 30,000 each.
I'm
But
just saying that the dark mode is next to your credits, it's just one click away,
ah,
so you don't mess up with our eyes.
oh, thank you. Whew.
Thank you.
delegate to my alpha jingles. Hey, and I have a little bit of cash sitting around on Binance Smart Chain Bajangles. So if you did want some SPS through PayPal, talk to me maybe tomorrow sometime, and we could work that out. But
Are
I
we going? Are we
do.
going? Are we going to talk some news at the end? I mean, some politics at the end of the show.
Do you want to go some politics? We can
For
buy.
sh-
We can at
for
least. I
sure,
guess
man.
we can at least ask you the 50,000. I mean, the obvious question. Biden is now gone. So, do you does that make you happy or sad?
Oh, that makes me like that makes me breathe again because I'm not worried anymore that we will have some clown again at the helm of the country for 4 years, and I have to look over my shoulder every time. So yeah,
That's an
definitely,
interesting way to put it. the
definitely makes me happy.
like for me, the one thing I will say as somebody that doesn't really like the Democrats too much is at least now if the Democrats win, I don't have to think that there's somebody there who can't do the job. I don't know if she would do the job well. I don't really think she can win personally because she did so terrible when she ran for president and against the other Democrats. But there is the I don't like Orange Man vote, and it's pretty big, so she'll get that. But it's gotten smaller, I think, since Joe Biden totally blew up our country a little bit. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and you said as somebody anti-democrat, um, why were you concerned that Biden won't be able to do his job?
Oh well, because I do know that no matter what, Trump could do something stupid the next 4 months, or the next bullet could hit him, and then maybe the Democrats win. And so if they win, I want somebody that can do the job. I don't think Biden can do the job anymore.
Do
I
you
don't think his
think
mind
do
is
you
there.
think Trump can do the job?
I think he did the job pretty well for 4 years,
Okay.
mostly.
That was eight years ago. So
Yeah. Well, Trump in his rallies and speeches and debates hasn't shown to me that his mind is gone. He doesn't stumble over his words. He doesn't say a lot of things that are incorrect. He still
no,
has fun and
no,
he
I
still
guess
moves
I guess
pretty
you haven't
quickly.
I
So
guess you haven't watched enough rallies if you think that he doesn't say words and doesn't mumble things that he doesn't even know what he's saying. So I mean that's okay.
I don't
Or you
know.
haven't we
I
haven't
would
watched enough
expect I would
night
expect
shows.
more of that to kind of get shown if it was going on, but
Oh, it
I
is being
haven't
shown,
seen
but
it.
not by Fox, and I'm sure you only watch Fox. So
I don't even watch cable.
okay, I
So
mean whenever you do, you
I pretty
probably
much only watch YouTube stuff and streaming services, but I don't have any that have cable
uh,
TV.
do
So
you watch any of the night shows like Seth Meyer, Jimmy Kimmel,
no,
Stephen
no,
Colbert?
I don't watch any of them.
Well,
None.
maybe you should. They're very
So
funny and very true.
but
So
I'm on Twitter a decent amount, and then I'm on YouTube a decent amount. But
yeah,
you're
Twitter
right.
is
I don't
well,
really follow any of the really lefty people. So maybe I should
yeah.
follow a couple of them to see what they're saying.
Twitter is Elon Musk propaganda. Anyways, I don't know for some reason I keep on getting some pro-Trump tweets. I haven't followed any of the people, but
Well, there's
kind of
there, well, Trump, like I think Walking Keys said it pretty well. He's kind of peaking right now. He's like at mass popularity because the guy almost died, and that does give you some sympathy when
oh,
somebody takes a shot at you.
before the
So
assassination as well. And unfortunately, his peak was with the assassination, and now well, we'll see. But I think that it will
I
be
will say Biden dropping out, and Kamala theoretically stepping in does um, put a kind of an end to that Trump bump he was getting from
yeah.
that because
Now in the down.
it moves the news cycle onto something else. So,
No,
but
not only that. It's not only that. It's just most people that were in between, that were undecided, would probably have gone to Trump because of Biden, because of your reasoning being old, that we don't know how much will he can do his job. But guess what? Now Trump is the old one, and I understand that you probably haven't watched her first rally because you're not interested, Kamala Harris. But yeah, I think it will be
oh, I saw
Lance.
that she did her first speech since she came out. I'll go listen to it because, to be completely honest, I at least want to know what her positions are on certain things.
Yeah,
Um,
and she made it
but
clear.
I don't think she'll get me to vote for her. But but
Oh no,
I'll go
no, no. I
listen
mean,
to her at least. Like I listened to Biden too, and I went through his stuff. I just didn't like his stuff. So, but that's
okay,
just me.
but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty optimistic now that, in my opinion, of course, my probably biased opinion, but I was pretty feeling pretty sure that uh, after the assassination that Trump will be the next president no matter what. Now I don't feel that anymore. I feel kind of more positive that that's not possible to happen anymore. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. There is still at least a couple months left. Things can change. I still think he, like, in all the poll people that I follow, because I do follow a couple poll people, Harris doesn't poll better than Biden against Trump when they were doing the theoretical. So the next, like, 2 to 3 weeks of polling, we'll see if that, now that it's actual, if maybe that changes it or not. But
It started to change a little bit, yeah.
yeah, because when you theoretically in the beginning, and even 538, which is a pretty biased to the left one that I follow, even they admitted that currently Harris is doing 1% worse than Biden. If you look at all the polls where they said, is would you vote for Trump or Biden? And then they go, okay, well, what if it was Harris versus Trump? And she did 1% worse than him in every
Without
time
without
they
any
did that. But now
any
it's not
rallies.
a now it's not a theoretical thing. It's actually her, and also she gets to pick in theory. Though I don't know if she gets to pick one. Do you know? I don't know enough about how the Democrats work because she's not officially the nominee until the
Now she
convention.
has, since today, she already have enough support from the ones that are nominating. So I mean,
But 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 she
it's not official
yeah,
until
it's not
the
official
Democratic
until the convention.
convention.
So I wonder if
Yeah.
she has to wait to pick her VP until then or not. I guess she could
Of
announce who she's gonna pick
Yeah, I think
if
she
she
has to
gets it.
announce it. I think she needs to announce it at the convention.
Yeah.
So she has to have picked it. I mean, they were going to, same thing like what happened with the Republican convention. They announced Trump is their nominee, and he announced his VP will be JD
Yeah, yeah.
Vance. So the
It
same
kind
thing
of
with
feels like
Republican.
she could use some help though, maybe naming them early because the Democratic convention isn't for another month, and then after that they're only going to have 2 months to try to campaign together. So
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
I mean, I don't follow politics that close, but I think probably Buttigieg, whatever his name, Pete Buttigieg, probably will be her VP. But
Oh, that wouldn't be a good pick either.
oh, I mean, you obviously have like your ideas, your opinions about that. So I'm not trying to change it. I'm just sharing
Well,
my
no, I mean, I don't think Buttigieg would help her get the states she needs help with. Right? I mean, Kamala Harris is a West Coast politician. She is gonna pull, the solid blue states she'll hold pretty well, but she has to go fight Trump in those battleground states, and Buttigieg is not the person to necessarily help you win those, middle of the country, middle northern of the country states that they're really fighting over. So, I
well,
think like what Bojangles just said, somebody from Wisconsin would make more sense up in that area. So a Wisconsin senator would make a lot more sense, I think, than Buttigieg
well,
if for helping to win.
her first rally was in Wisconsin anyway. So,
Yeah, and
and
and that's because
just
it's
a
kind
funny
of funny,
fact,
but like Wisconsin, Michigan, um, maybe Pennsylvania, and what's the other one? There's one more up there. It's like those 5 states are gonna are all that matters. So it's kind of
and
funny the way that works.
funny fact also, I heard today is like the venue. where she was supposed to give her first rally, her first speech today. They had to move it because there were too many people that were trying to attend, so they moved it to a bigger venue.
Well, that makes sense. They probably had it at one that Biden normally speaks at, and nobody ever went to go see him. So there's probably only
What I'm
room for
saying is
like 100 people at the first one.
what I'm saying is
I'm
like
just joking.
there is like a sense of rejuvenation and
Yeah, well, there was a sense of dread after Biden did his speech, his
that's
debate,
exactly
couldn't
how I see the
speak,
dreading.
did his
Yeah.
speeches, kept making more mistakes. And then all of a sudden, I don't know if it was just me, but he just started looking really old. When he was walking around, he seemed slow, sluggish. He didn't seem
My
energized.
grandfather
He
can
he
catch
was
himself
really
producing
looking
later.
like an old man. And sure, it's ageism. Fine, I'm guilty of it, but I just think of my grandfather when he was in his 80s, and I go like, I don't think I could have let him do it. And I realize Trump is like 79 or
Yeah,
80.
exactly.
So it's interesting, but he doesn't act like my grandfather when it comes to the energy I see him possess when he's at stuff. So, and
Yeah,
I,
I think
I did see Trump speak live once, but it was his first presidential run. I went and saw him in California.
I
So
think you haven't
it was kind of
watched him
interesting.
for a while, and you just have
Well, I mean,
the
I watched the debate. He didn't have any of the kind of mistakes that Biden did at the debate.
oh wow. I
So,
mean, yeah, Biden, yeah, totally flopped. But now he's trying to in different ways to get
and
out of a
also, I
debate.
think like
Kamala Harris because she will just wipe the floor with him.
when you're doing a rally and you're speaking for multiple hours and you're doing them like every other day, and so you go off on some tangents and you tell little stories and you make tiny mistakes. Those are events where he's like talking to his friends and he's not being serious. Biden dropped the ball at the debate, the biggest moment of the whole campaign, and then he was doing like presidential announcements, like speeches, and he was jacking those up. I mean, that's a completely different animal to me. Those are moments where you're supposed to be sharp and paying attention, and Biden was still making just ridiculous mistakes in the way he was speaking. When Trump had to barrel down and like just talk and stuff like that, I haven't seen him get close to that kind of mistakes.
Yeah, I'll be definitely interested to watch debate between
Is there
Trump
going
and
to be a
Harris.
Harris debate? I don't
I
even
don't
know if
think.
there'll be one.
Well, he's trying to pull out of it. He's trying to look for excuses not to have a debate with her. He said like now, since it's her, the debate should be held in at Fox News and blah blah blah, and like trying to find out his ways to sneak out of one because he knows what's coming. But
Well, he probably doesn't. I could see one of the other reasons he doesn't want to do it is because he has very little to gain and can only lose. Because now he's the front runner, which is a different place for Trump to be. He can use the Joe Biden strategy of I'm just going to hide in my basement because I have a big polling lead, and as long as I don't make any stupid
I
mistakes,
don't think it's that big of a
you
lead,
can
to
win.
be honest.
No, he does. He has the lead
It's
in the
just two
national
points.
polls.
He has 2 points lead.
Some people say two, but the difference is when a Republican has a 2 point lead, that means when you start getting out of the states that are blue, it's like a 5 to 6 to 8 point lead. Because you have to have a 5 to 6 to 8 point lead in those other states to deal with the fact that you probably are down by like 10 points in California, 10 points in New York, 10 points in Oregon and Washington, those really blue states where Trump just gets slaughtered by like 15 points. Those polls are in those national polls, and he's still winning. But you say two, I've heard five. So it depends on which polls you go to and which ones people aggregate and which ones they don't aggregate because they say are too extreme. And if you go to 538, he's only up by two because they discount more of the right leaning polls. If you go to the what do you call it, the People's Pundits group, who's more of what I would call people would probably call a conservative pollster. Well, he excludes some of the more crazy leftist ones, and all of a sudden Trump is up 5 or 6 points nationally right now. So
Well,
he
yeah.
he is leading. Now, can she catch him? Sure, there's plenty of time left even to make up a 5 or 6 point lead. But
And she has plenty of money
Republicans,
now to do
yeah,
that.
but Republicans historically win presidential elections if they're within about 2 to 3% on the national vote. Because, like I said, California and New York and the coast mess those up for them so bad that even if they're trailing by 2 or 3 points nationally, they can still be winning in those middle of the country states. Because for a Democrat really to like be winning and blowing out the other guy, they got to be up by like 5 or 6 or 7 points.
And yeah, Django's nobody's saying that neither of them is going to change the states for the better. I'm just saying that
So wait.
having heard about
I,
about Project 2025, I'm not really that excited about
you
it.
know what? I've
So
heard of Project 2025, but Trump at multiple different things has said he's not
yeah,
involved in Project
he
2025.
said, he said, of course, that's what he's going to say
Yeah,
because
but
for
he
attention.
said that at every one of his more recent rallies that I am not a part of that. It was done by a think tank. All that
Because it's hurting him.
is a think tank project. He's already released his platform, and his platform does have some stuff that I can imagine people can't like. And you can go through his plan and definitely pick out a couple things that I know people aren't going to like. Because probably the most controversial one is he does want to do mass deportation, like literally.
So,
So that's the
so
one I
you're
think
saying
that's going
that
to get the most pushback.
you're saying that since we know that Trump never lies because he said that he has nothing to do with Project 2025, it means that he has nothing to do with Project 2025, right? Because he never lies. He
He's
always
not
tells the
a
truth.
member of the Heritage Group. They're the ones who thought it up. Why?
Well,
Why
but all the
so
people there,
anybody that releases a paper about political ideas, Trump just has to claim it because they're on the right.
no, but it's his closest allies. It's people that he's closely connected with.
But the
Just saying.
and Bojangles. But one thing I wanted to bring up, there is a rumor Trump is going to talk at the Bitcoin event in the next couple of days, and the rumor is he's going to announce that when he's elected president, that he will add Bitcoin to the United States balance sheet, similar to how El Salvador did, and start to buy Bitcoin and put it on the balance sheet. And so a lot of people
Rusty
think
comes
he's making
close.
this statement to pander to the crypto voters because
Yeah.
crypto voters tend to be one issue voters and vote for the people that will protect their crypto. And so if Trump makes a real clear stance that he's pro Bitcoin and pro crypto, and Kamala doesn't, because her administration has not been. Maybe she will be. I don't know what she's going to say yet, but the current Biden Harris administration has been super anti crypto, including the guy they put in charge of the SEC. So for me, that's my other reason that I vote for Trump in this election is because he's come to the side of the crypto world, and that is a world that I'm a part of. And I would much rather have a friendly United States because really the United States not being friendly to it holds it back probably more than any other country not being friendly to it. So,
Well, but also now the Democrats has a young representative, a young candidate for president. So maybe she has different stance on crypto. I don't know.
yeah,
I've
yeah, we'll
speculated.
have to see. It's just her current administration that she's a part of has an SEC guy who went after all of the people, sued everybody.
She's
If we didn't win some of those court cases, crypto could have got close to being outlawed in the United States. It would have been wild. They were
she
trying
was
to make
part
it
of,
very hard.
yeah,
And then
she's part of the administration, but she's not making any calls. So
well, yeah, but if you're a VP, you're going to get some of the blame for what your president is doing.
yeah,
So,
but that's what I'm saying. Blame definitely because she's part of that administration. But that doesn't mean that's how she feels about the issue. So I mean, she in that regards, she has no say in any of the decisions of the administration. So I don't know, but maybe she, as a younger person, maybe she feels
oh
differently
well.
about
I
it.
mean, yeah. I mean, she's a California prosecutor. She has a history of putting non-violent offenders in jail. She has a history of being
Non-violent, or
somebody
she
that
has.
was very anti-bail when she was out here. Um, I know that when she was out here and she was a district attorney, and she was in charge of those people. That was the time that my dad got through in jail for getting caught with weed, which I thought was pretty stupid. And so this state has changed its tune on that kind of stuff, but only in the probably last like 15 or 20 years. And she comes from that old school justice that was doing all that bullshit. Now maybe she doesn't believe it anymore, but she still did all of those things, and so I don't really like her. And I don't.
And
I think that's why a lot of people don't like her, and why she didn't do well when she ran for president against Biden. And she ended up dropping out before the first vote happened because she was like at 1% in the polls. She was behind Buttigieg. She was behind, who else? All the people that were running against Biden. She was like the bottom of the barrel of that group. And so, like, if you compared her to the Republicans, she'd be like the Ben Carson or the or the Huckabee, like those guys that get written off very early. That's where Kamala was when she ran last time. So
yeah, but now
to
it
see
seems to
her
be the
jump
whole.
now to being president is I don't know. It does. I don't think it's going to work out for her, and she'll have to prove to me that she's not gonna that she's changed quite a bit. And if she doesn't, and if she doesn't go pro crypto, I don't think they'll be. And if Trump does go as far as they're saying he's going to go at this convention, I don't think there's any way, as somebody who owns Bitcoin, I can't vote for that. Because if Bitcoin gets put on the U.S. balance sheet, that opens the door for it being embraced by every country in the entire world. If the U.S. will do it, right now it's El Salvador will do it. So that opens the door for maybe some other South American countries. But if we bless that, I mean, it's going to just show
And he
everybody
also
that they should be doing it.
and you also aware that just because he says that it will be, that doesn't mean it will happen, right? Just asking for a friend.
When it comes to presidents doing the things that they say they're going to do, that they have the power to do, Trump has actually been pretty good at doing the things that he could do without Congress that he said he was going to do. He
Like
did.
Mexico is still paying for that wall that he's building, right?
He did put tariffs on Mexico to get them to help pay for the wall. He also did get
It's
Mexico to provide their army to protect the builders of the wall at no charge to us. So yeah, he did, but people laugh at him because they didn't write us a check. That's not never what he meant. And then but the things is, like, he's excited. He does do the stuff that the president can do that he said he would do. And I thought he
sure
did
I
pretty
haven't
good
seen
with
any
that
of
his first
those
one.
promises that
Better
he
than
made.
anyone else. Biden didn't do any of the shit he said he was going to do either. He tried
Actually,
on a couple, but
the people with knowledge put him as one of the most successful presidents in the history of US in general. So I don't know. I mean, I don't, as I said, I don't understand much from politics, but
eh,
I listen
you,
people that
you can
do.
find 50 experts that say that he's the best and 50 experts that say he's the worst. He has not, in my
Okay.
mind, been a pretty good president. Did wars get started under Biden because
But
he was too
again,
weak to stop other countries from taking those actions while he was president? Absolutely. There's been two big wars
I,
that have been started in areas. That stuff didn't happen under Trump, maybe just because people thought he was too crazy, but they still didn't happen. Russia didn't take any land when he was president. So
I didn't mean
right
to
there
diminish. I didn't mean to diminish.
shows to me a ton of weakness. So
I didn't mean to diminish your opinion, but I was talking about opinions of people that actually do understand these things, to understand politics, to understand economics on a higher level. So those people, those so-called experts,
I don't know if Trump has an SPS bag. He has an ETH bag because he's released like two or three. I don't know how much of the ETH he's kept, but he certainly has gotten ETH bags. I think he's going on to his fourth NFT release on Ethereum, and they've all done actually pretty well, sold out and gone up in value. So in general, the crypto people like Trump. Maybe not this crypto guy, but most crypto people do like
yeah,
him.
maybe not, maybe not,
um, but it's because he
but
did
it
things
was
like
fun.
have NFT collections and say that he's pro Ethereum and pro Bitcoin, and and those types of things. And just somebody on that high of a political spectrum saying those kind of things is a lot different than what we've dealt with over the last couple of years. So
It was fun to have our first and last political conversation on our
Yeah, I
show.
know. But Jangles let us do it on his show the other night, and so you wanted to get your 2 words in. Probably because on that
Oh, I
show,
didn't even
I
know.
don't think there
I
was
didn't even
anybody.
watch.
Just to show you that more crypto people are on Trump's side, I don't think there was anybody on that show that liked Kamala Harris.
Oh yeah,
So
sure. I mean,
a
well,
couple of them didn't like Trump that much either.
there is
But
one person at least, but yeah, I understand that. I've never been getting much if I'm on the.
don't worry, out
Uh,
here where we live, you have a lot more friends than I do around us. So California is very blue. So
oh
I
yeah, I
have
know that,
I have no problems about that. All right,
but
guys. Unless there's any pressing questions besides does Trump have an SPS back? You know what? If we could figure out his Ethereum wallet where he gets all his Ethereum, we could. SPS is on ETH. Maybe some whales could send some to him. And it's one of those
yeah,
things to say like, "Hey, look, Trump's got
see,
SPS."
he's your he's your buddy. Maybe you can pitch him to the idea,
But I mean,
and I'll
I
try
don't
to get
exactly
him.
have his ear just because I think he's a decent president. I also
Maybe
don't
you
support
do.
everything he does, but when I have to pick between what the Democrats want to do and what the Republicans want to do, end up leaning more towards that way. It wasn't always like
So
that
for
though.
you, so for you, it's never about the person itself. It's about just being party person
Well,
and
yeah, I
whatever the.
mean, I'm that weird person that voted for Obama twice, and then Trump, and then Trump, and then Trump. And I know that seems weird, but to me, when you really look at what they do, Trump is closer to Obama than than people realize. And I also
Mm.
was somebody who donated money to both Andrew Yang and um, Bernie back in the day. So my phone gets blown up from both sides asking for money because I've given money to both sides. It's just currently when it was Trump versus Biden, I was like, well, I'm going to go Trump. Now it's Trump versus Kamala. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go Trump, but Kamala has maybe like a 5% chance to convince me of something, but I don't trust her at all being from out here. So I just don't.
I don't think she's from out here. I think she was. That's here's where she worked, but I don't think she's from out here.
No, she's in California, I think, most of her life. She started off in San Francisco, being like
Yeah,
a
just
staff person. There's
I'm
actually
just
some pretty unsavory rumors about how she got her into the politics, but I won't go into those.
I have heard,
But
yeah, I've heard all the Nikki Haley BS. So yeah, or was it
but
Marjorie Green? Yeah, it was yeah one or Laura. Oh no, Laura
it's
Loomer or
Laura
whatever.
Loomer who's spreading
Yeah,
it. Yeah, yeah. But
yeah.
I don't know if it's true, so I'm
That's
not going
the
to bring
last
it up.
person.
But
That's the last
she
person I would
was. But that
trust
is where
from.
she got her start. She did get her start in San Francisco politics as being on this on his staff, and then she went from there to like being like a state person. Eventually, she got a law degree, and she went into being a prosecutor. Then she got head prosecutor, and then eventually she got to be a senator. So I mean, she has won elections out here in California, but she is not popular nationally at all. So it'll be interesting to see if she can be. And it doesn't help her that the border's been like such a biggest issue, and Biden, like a year in, told her to go take care of the border. And then she didn't really do anything, and that was kind of mean of Biden to give her that job because I don't even know what she could do. I mean, I don't know what the vice president can do to even fix that, but he made her the border czar, and Kamala's going to go fix it all, and she didn't do anything. So, kind of crazy.
But
On
it
the
was fun.
meantime, I would love it if some people could start surrendering to me. You know, so if we could work that out, guys. I know you can't see it's me, but figure it out. All you hackers who are botting, you know, if you can see that it's me, start giving me some wins because
Yeah,
I would like
put
to
his
get back in the
account,
champion.
put your account in the friendly people in your bot.
Yeah, yeah. In the bot you surrendered to. And and Jake Jones, I will look up Project 2030 if that's the left's crazy version of Project 2025. I should know about it. I don't know what Project 2030 is at all, probably because it's too far away. But it
Or
is
credit
interesting
me.
that that Trump gets credit for Project 2025, but just because they made that Even though if you read it, because I did go and read it, there's no way he'd support some of the stuff inside
Oh
there.
yeah, if you read
It's
it,
just
it
not who
sounds a
he
lot like
is.
Trump. It sounds a lot like Trump wanting to
No,
be a
it sounds a lot
dictator. And,
like what people think Trump is. Trump is
oh,
way more middle of the road than people think he is.
okay. I mean, I think people would think that for a reason. I mean, I would think so. If somebody thinks
Eh,
something about somebody, probably there is some reason that they do that. But I mean, yeah, what do I know? Anyways,
I don't know. All I know is I've gone to see him speak once live, and I have watched some of his rallies, and the stuff that people say he says there, he never says it, and it's always misquoted and changed around. The most famous example of this is "they're very fine people" thing that Biden still tried to use in the last debate, and it's been debunked multiple times that Trump did not call Nazis very fine people. It's just if you take only part of that quote, you can make it sound like he did, but he
but
didn't.
he said there were
And
fine people on both sides. I have heard it when he was saying it. So there were fine people on both sides.
yeah, and then the next sentence was, "Except for the Nazis, I completely hate them." The fine people on both sides he was talking about were the people that wanted the statue to stay up, and some of the people that wanted the statue to go down. That there could be good people on both sides of that debate. Because, some people can just be like, the statue's part of our history. It should just stay there without being a racist fool. And the other people could be like, it's a sign of hate. We should tear it down. And both those people can be fine people and they can have a nice debate. And then he said, but the Nazis, I hate them in the very next sentence. But they only play the first sentence, not the second sentence. And that's how the media tricks you into thinking he says that. See?
And he never said to the Proud Boys to just stand by, right? He didn't mean that. It was just mishap from his mind.
I don't remember the context of that one, but I do remember it being brought up. But
Yeah, it's
standing by isn't exactly.
standing down. I know, but
Yeah,
that's what
I mean,
Open is. He's not standing down exactly. So it's completely different actually. So
yeah, I'd have to look up the context of that one back when it happened to fully understand it. I don't remember what had happened, but I know it didn't bug me at the time that it happened, especially because I kind of live near the Proud Boys people, and they don't really ever do anything to cause a whole lot of trouble. They just walk around with Trump flags, but
okay.
it'll be interesting to see what happens. Like there was a whole bunch of people who went and walked around with the Trump flags out here when he got shot. So
Which is funny being a blue state element.
well, it's the one red part of a blue state, and it does make sense that that red part would be a little bit more extreme because they're fighting all the blue that surrounds them. So it makes sense. I bet you the blue parts of red states are very extreme blue as well because of that same thing. They're
Probably,
surrounded
yeah.
by red. So
Yeah, probably.
it's just kind
Politics
of
is
the
a
way it
dirty,
is and stuff. But
politics is a dirty thing, man. Yeah.
But in the end, you only get to pick one, and if I can get one that's going to give me Bitcoin on the balance sheet and one that's just going to probably not give me much of anything, I'll take the Bitcoin on the balance sheet guy. So I'm hoping he
I
does
understand.
announce that in the next couple days
It
for
makes
sure.
sense. Yeah.
All right, guys. I know a lot of you tuned out for the political part. I saw a decent amount of you still stayed and listened, though. You just weren't as active in the chat.
And we promised that it was, as we said, the first and last political, maybe around the election, maybe like once it's clear what happens,
Yeah,
maybe then
yeah. If they do debate, maybe
grabbing.
we'll talk about the debate. But if we want to do it, maybe we could do it on a political episode instead of Into the
Maybe we
Splinterverse.
could, yeah, maybe we can do it in the Bojangles
Yeah,
stream.
take over Bajangle's stream because that's what we did last time. All right, guys. I think we're gonna cut it there. Thank you all for hanging out with us.
Yeah, it was fun,
Um,
and two
Yeah,
hours flew
in
by.
the end, we got off topic, but I put my money where my mouth was in the last couple of days. I bought DEC, I bought SPS, I've been buying cards. I don't think the game is gonna die. I told Bojangles on his show that when the next setup comes out, I completely expect to buy another max set of cards, and because this is my hobby and my thing that I like to do, even if I do kind of suck at it lately, and hopefully
It's not
work
human. It's
gets
not you.
less hectic. Work's been so crazy. I worked till 7 and then 6 the last 2 days, and it's been very very annoying. So
It's not that you suck. It's just current situation, current conditions in the game.
yeah, I'd
So
like to think it's not me and that I'm running into a lot of people cheating, but I don't know that for sure. I'm definitely rusty because I haven't been playing every day, but we'll see what happens.
yeah, but regardless, I also, even though I'm not playing by myself, like I'm automating my account, I'm still on the belief that the game has a bright future, and not selling. I'm not buying because I cannot afford, but I'm not selling either. Well, I have to buy one squirrel to max it, but uh, it's not that urgent because unfortunately, one thing that lacks in Archmage at the moment is summoner tactics. So I'm not really in a hurry to buy that last copy. But aside from that, yeah, I'm in the belief that the game is going in good direction. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see when we get there.